as humans, you all know that we have so many advantages over all the other organisms that live on this planet. Yes? I want to talk about two of these advantages that are really amazing. One is that we humans have a vivid sense of memory, and the other is that we have a fantastic sense of imagination, isn't it? We can remember things and we can imagine new things, isn't it? Now, this sense of memory helps us remember whatever has happened in the past, and by learning from the past, we can live our present and the future better. With the sense of imagination, we can sense the future. We can think of what our actions might do in the future. Yes. So, this memory and this imagination are such brilliant tools that us humans have. But a lot of human beings just end up dwelling in the past or just living in the future. Yeah. I've seen so many people just dwell in the past. Oh, those good old days when we were little children, we didn't need to worry about. Why? Why would you want to turn into that tiny little dependent, stupid creature once again? Why? And there are some people who are always living in the future. Yeah. One day I will have such a big house and such a big car and I will rule over the world. No. And we all know that dwelling in the past and living in the future is not the way to live life. So then come a few people who are like, live 100% in the present. Everything is in the present. Enjoy all you can in the present, so on and so forth. If I spend all of my energy, all of my resources, all of my money today, what am I going to do tomorrow? So, living in the past, living in the future, living 100% in the present, none of these is the solution. The solution is to strike a balance. As humans, we should strike a balance, learning from the past, working towards a better future, but also trying to enjoy the present as best as we can. But now let's come to the idea of the future. Yeah. Now let's come to the idea of what can happen tomorrow. See, future is just a fancy word. Future is just a synonym for uncertainty, isn't it? As chemists, we understand the significance of uncertainty in nature. Let me give you some real life examples of uncertainty. Yeah. One of my very close friends, he was planning to go to the United States of America this month to pursue his MBA in a very reputed college in USA. He was preparing for that for more than a year now. He gave an examination, he got very good marks in that examination. He applied for so many different colleges, and the college applications are really hard. You have to prepare, you have to write a lot, you have to send applications, and it involves a lot of money as well. He spent lakhs of rupees into this examination, its preparation, applications of college, and then the loan applications that he got selected. He applied for a student loan as well. So lakhs of rupees spent. And suddenly, COVID-19, this new coronavirus, has spread all throughout the globe. Everyone has to sit at home right now. No new people going abroad. MBA cancelled. No certainty anymore. When will that happen? If it will happen, how will it happen? No one knows. All this money, gone. All this planning, all this preparation, suddenly turned into something else altogether. I'll tell you one more story which I told in one of my earlier classes as well. It's a very sad story. 2 years back, I had a student. Her name was Ramya, and she was a very good student. Online classes, she used to learn with me, and she used to come for every class, and she was a very good student. Yeah, always responsive in the class, always answering correctly. So for a few days, I see that she's not been coming to the class. I thought, okay, maybe some problem might be there. Then for a month she didn't come, for a couple of months she didn't come, and none of us knew what actually happened to her. Then one fine day someone calls me and tells me, sir, I have to tell you very bad news. And I said, what happened? So they told me, the person who was calling me, he told me that the entire family met with an accident while going to their native place. So Ramya and her family were in a car, and that car just hit a divider, and that's it. Everyone just died on the spot. She was such a brilliant, bright student. She had so many aspirations. She was preparing so well, coming to classes every day, and suddenly just life doesn't exist anymore. So understand, the meaning of the word future is uncertainty. We can plan all we want. Yes. We can write down all the things that we want to achieve in life and plan all we want and build these amazing castles in our brain, but understand at the end of the day, it's all uncertain. These plans, these imaginations that we have are just giving us a false illusion of control. It's just making us feel as if we are in control. Let me ask you something. Right now, when you are listening to this video, how many of your body's processes are in your conscious control? Tell me. Are you breathing consciously? Now that I've pointed out your breathing, now you've started breathing consciously. Are you controlling your heartbeat consciously? Are you digesting your food consciously? Are your hormones transporting in your body because you are thinking about it? No, right? It's just happening. Most of your body's processes that are keeping you alive are not in your conscious control. How can you even imagine? How can you even believe that the circumstances around you are under your control? False sense of control, false illusion of control. All you can control is this very, 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 very tiny fragment of nature that is under your conscious control. Yes, you can speak what you want to, you can move your hands the way you want to, you can eat what you want to eat, etc. So there's a very tiny little fragment of this entire universe that is under your conscious control. And right now it seems like I'm trying to scare you, isn't it? Right now you'll be like, so why are you scaring us? Well, do you know that having such a small little fragment under your control is a very beautiful thing? It's the most beautiful thing ever. Now you'll be like, what? Why? How? Let me give you an example. Let's say I tell you to go to the kitchen and then cook some food in a pan. So you're cooking the food, and then on the left side I give you a computer. I want you to write a very beautiful code so that you can run a new program. And then right in front of you I keep a book. You have to read the book at the same time. Then on your ears I put a phone. You have to hold it like this and talk to a friend as well. And then you have to do something with your feet as well. Do you realize how hard that is? Do you realize if you have too many things to control at once, then your brain is going to burst? So not being in control of whatever is outside of your consciousness is a beautiful thing. The clouds will come, the clouds will rain, the clouds will go away. You don't need to worry about them. It's a beautiful thing that you can be fully consciously in control of this little fragment of nature. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. And imagine if there was no uncertainty. Yeah. Imagine if everything was certain. Life would be so boring, right? I give this example all the time. Let's say you have to buy a new gadget. Yeah. I want a new phone. I want a new phone. And one day you get that new phone. Oh, it looks so amazing. You feel so excited about it. You play with it for 1 day, 2 days, 3rd day, 4th day. You'll keep it aside. Now that excitement doesn't exist anymore. It's just something that you have. A month later or two months later, you have so many scratches on it, you just throw it on the bed. You don't even worry about it falling off from your hands. Right? When you have it, you are not excited about it anymore. It doesn't have that charm, it doesn't have that value if you already have it. Yes? Now imagine if you already knew what was going to happen to you in your life. If you already knew everything about your life, then where's the fun? Then what's the point of life? So understand, being in control of this small little fragment and everything else being uncertain or out of your control is the most beautiful thing in this world. Sometimes it can make life sad, depressing, but most of the times this is what makes life interesting and worth living. Yes? So don't think of this uncertainty as something negative. Don't think of this not being able to control your circumstances as something negative. It's just the way the nature works. Yes. Now, let me introduce you to another concept. It might be new for some of you. See, while we are living in the present, a lot of people think that they don't see the present as it is. They think this is the present, but it could have been something better. If I had studied 2 more chapters that day, I would get better ranks. They think of the present as could have been something better. Or they think it could be something better. They disregard everything that is around them and they are just working towards this fake idea that they have in their minds. Yeah? So many things around you, so many luxuries around you, but you're just hell-bent on achieving the future, which is uncertain. So from now on, tell yourself that the present is what it is. It is not something that could have been. It is not something that can be. The present is what it is. Live it. Enjoy it to the maximum. Learn from the past. Good. Don't repeat your mistakes that you've done in the past. Control this tiny little fragment of nature that you have in your hands. Try to do something better for your future. But at the same time, understand you have to enjoy the present. Let me give you an example. A very weird example, but I'm pretty sure that will help you understand what I'm saying. I'm sure all of you have been in Indian traffic. Yeah. Typical big city Indian traffic. Yeah. Everyone's just going everywhere. People are honking from 20 sides. There's a truck, there's a car, there's a bus, there's a scooter, and everyone's just, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Majority of the people sitting in their cars or motorcycles will be thinking, people don't have traffic sense. If people learn from the West, if people learn from the United States, if people learn from Europe, they drive so well in one lane, they don't honk unnecessarily, this and that. Instead of seeing the traffic as it is, they are wondering if it could have been something better. Yeah? Happens, right? But then there will be one guy on the bike or motorcycle who will be enjoying that traffic because he's just passing through the middle, very meticulously navigating through that tough traffic. Because that person on the motorcycle just sees the traffic the way it is. He's not bothered about people honking. He's not bothered about this could have been that better traffic. No. It's just what it is. Navigate through it effortlessly. Navigate through it the best we can. The present is the present. Let's enjoy it. Look at what is good around you in the present. Yeah. Now, the final idea that I want to discuss in this class is how do you feel good when you know that this uncertainty exists? Especially for you people, your exam is also getting postponed unnecessarily. You still don't know whether it will be postponed or not. See, what you can do is sit here, enjoy the present. You have more time for preparation. Brilliant. While preparing, you will learn so many new things about science. You will learn so many new things about your own limits. When you push yourselves to do that one question that has been nagging you for 3-4 days, that satisfaction, amazing. And whenever you feel anxious, whenever you feel stressed, just do one thing. Take a deep breath. Because when we are anxious, when we are stressed, we start losing control of our conscious breath. But when you mimic the conditions of calm, quiet, peace, when you breathe in deep, your brain realizes there's nothing to worry about. Let's just chill. So what we should understand finally is that it's good to dream. It's good to plan. It's good that you have so many aspirations. It's amazing. And it's always good to learn from the past and aspire for an even better future. But you need to understand that you should never get emotionally attached to this idea that you have in your mind. This future that you have in your mind doesn't exist right now. So please don't be emotionally attached to that idea. Try to enjoy the present as best as you can by accepting it the way it is. Yes. And my dear friends, I hope this chit chat was helpful. I am pretty sure you've learned something or the other from this talk that we've had. And yeah, once you learn to accept this uncertainty the way it is, trust me, it'll be the most beautiful thing you've ever experienced. Done.